Well then, scan over the gaudy signs of the restaurants lined up downtown. They all look pretty damn tasty to me. Which one should I pick? Suppose I'd be better off getting something to go. Takoyaki stand. Unable to make a decision, I end up wandering around. Takoyaki man! Nuts. Our eyes met. What do I do? Might as well buy some takoyaki. Yep. My man, the takoyaki man. Well, come to think of it, the old man's takoyaki are far from nasty. Then again, they don't exactly have me drooling over them either. 2 orders of takoyaki, sir. Strangely enough, today he cooks them up for me without any objection. Delicious scent starts to rise up from the griddle after he pours in the batter. Not bad when he puts his mind to it. As I watch him in admiration, a catchphrase written on the side of the price sign catches my eye. Closing sale. Takoyaki, 10 for 1 yen. What the hell? Looks like his closing sale will run until the end of February. Which means that this old fella's food cart is... I get a grip of myself just as I'm about to say, then why don't you just put that sign away? But sir, if you're closing then... I've tried to support you every chance I can, Takoyaki man. Who the fuck is HQ? Sir, can't believe it. This old guy giving up? Shaking his head sadly, he continues. I mean, it's entirely your personality, but you know. Get a grip of myself just as I'm about to say, isn't it because you're scary looking? And I'll miss you. Flashes me an embarrassed grin and holds out a package with 5 orders of takoyaki. Sir, accept this token of goodwill. I'd be able to finish eating 5 orders, but I couldn't just refuse. Damn it, Takoyaki man. Doji regards me with contempt as I return bearing a large load of takoyaki in my arms. Wait, I can explain. It's really not my fault. You help me out, Toji. Toji, please. Damn, that's cold. I looked and started munching away at the old man's takoyaki. You could taste his tears. Not takoyaki man. I was rooting for you, takoyaki man. We leave the main streets of Ayamachi and walk along the back of Ueno Park. The number of houses we pass by gradually decreases until we're completely surrounded by densely grown foliage. There's a slight hint of tension in Toji's voice. Seeing her like that makes me start to get nervous too. Finally. Is this it? There's a break in the trees surrounding a steep stone stairway. A small shrine gate, hidden by the thick overgrowth of leaves, spans the staircase around halfway up. The black coating of paint on it looks relatively new. I get the impression that some kind of cheap knockoff that they've set up. Well, let's get this over with. Doji nods and gives me a shove on the back. Huh? Whoa, hold it right there. You're gonna make me do this all by myself? She nods, her face impassive. What are you going to do then, Toji? Okay, but they're gonna know who I am. With her deep red eyes, porcelain white skin, and missing arm. She does stand out a bit too much. Plus, she's pretty well known around this area as one of the top brass in the Hand of Death. Which means that I have to infiltrate this place on my own? Oh, give me a break. It's easy for her to say. Not even mentally prepared, having had this suddenly sprung on me. Yeah, that's the problem. They probably do. Especially if Mr. Akao is who I think he is. Okay, do you have like a fucking pamphlet I could study about how the Senri people act? Because shit knows I don't know. Where's my little dossier that says, hey, here's the mannerisms you should perform with to make your performance believable? Senri members hold these beliefs. These are what the Senri members believe. This is what they're about. This is how they typically act. Could you give me the rundown, right? So that I come in there and like, oh yes, why have you come to us today, my child? And you're just like, I don't know. It just seemed like a good idea. Like, what am I supposed to go to them with, huh? I don't even know what they're about, and I'm supposed to go to them like, am I just supposed to run in there like, listen, I believe in the prophecies. I want to be saved from destruction. And they're gonna be like, I understand, my child. Yes. Nodding with her poker face on, Toji once again pushes me in the direction of the temple. You better be there to back me up, Toji. I swear to God. I know you will, because you're the homie, but also, like, swear to fucking God. If any weird shit goes down, I need you there. Looks like resisting will be futile. God damn it. My wounds still haven't healed either. What a slave driver. I sigh and start climbing the stone stairway. After I finish ascending the steep stone steps, I'm greeted by a surprisingly well-maintained clearing. It's a tense, solemn atmosphere that's practically palpable. A holy sanctuary, or so it would seem. Even I can sense that there's something special about this place, despite my lack of faith. Well, I guess. I'm sure it's difficult to resist the pull of this place if you've never experienced anything like it before. I feel as though I'm starting to see why the number of people believing in Sendere has increased so drastically. Well then, can't be standing out here in the open all day. It's dead quiet with the temple grounds, but there should be a bunch of clergy lodging inside of the buildings. Having to pretend to be a member of the faith, I need to start off by checking around there. So we're not coming in as a new initiate. We're supposed to pretend to be a member that's already, like, a part of the organization, even though you know nothing about the organization. Let's see. Let's begin by approaching the front of the building and taking a look around at what's inside. Here we go. When I take a step, the door suddenly swings open and a man who looks like a cultist steps towards me.
Oi, そこのお前.
His voice is full of suspicion. To my regret, I have no time to hide. I don't want to start any more trouble here. Damn. You have to trick him somehow.
ここは信者以外の立ち入りを禁止しているが.
Yes, absolutely. And you know what, brother? I am of the faith. Yes. I am of the faith. Yeah. No, we don't want to be part of the destruction. Rah, rah, rah. Prophecies, woohoo. I am so faithful. The man stares me down dubiously. Think of a lie to feed him as I try to make myself appear as unthreatening as possible. Actually, I was thinking about joining Sendri.
ああ、入信希望者か.
Yep, totally. The man nods haughtily.
だが、今日は無理だ. さっさと諦めて、この場から立ち去るんだな.
Seriously? They told me that the leader would take in all of those who desired salvation. It's not actually what I had heard, but that's the general impression you get from the propaganda that the cult's been spreading. Please save me, Father. I renounce all my worldly desires. Drop to my knees, put on the most wretched face I can muster, and cling to the man's knees. Best way to dispel suspicion is to try to get him to let his guard down.
お前.
The man pulls away frantically. I beg of you. Then when I raise my voice to ask him again,
何事ですか?
freeze when I hear that mysterious voice. Can't believe she actually showed up. This girl Tojo told me about a while ago. Shigasa Tokiko. She's the one that was taken into custody as a suspect in Ota's murder.
トキコ様、申し訳ありません。この男が入信させろとうるさくて。
Is what the man reports to her. You can tell that she ranks higher in their hierarchy just from the way the man addresses her. Yeah. I quickly snap my mouth shut. I'll have to wait until later to deal with my suspicions regarding Shigasa Tokiko. At the moment, I'm just your average aspiring cultist. I have to be careful not to say anything that'll make them suspicious. Yeah, because you definitely haven't been appearing suspicious yet, have you?
失礼しました。
She turns to face me after the man's finished his explanation.
どうやら説明が足りなかったようですね。当教団に入信を希望される方には、まず巫女様に面会していただく規則になっています。
I see. Suppose that means I'm going to get turned away here. I'd very much like to meet with Her Holiness if possible. That's who she is, dipshit. She silently scrutinizes me. It's an inhuman stare without a single flicker of emotion. I start to recoil under the enormous pressure.
失礼ですが、あなたのお名前は？
What do I do? It'll be bad news if I give out some terrible sounding fake name and they get suspicious. I'm Takashiro Shugo.
わかりました、高城様。
She then bows and turns around to leave.
すべてをご覧になっています。
Hold on, please. Call out to her in consternation. You're not going to let me meet with Her Holiness?
巫女様はすでにお休みになっています。面会の日時はこちらで定めさせていただきます。連絡先はそちらのものに。
A contact address. She points to the man waiting next to her. Come on.
それが当教団の規則になっています。
These are the rules of our faith. Way to sound like you really want to be a part of this cult, buddy. Nah, please, you gotta let me in. Okay, here are the rules to get in. I don't want to do that. I just want to be in. Like, you're not selling it, bud. Her reply is short and curt. Looks like I have no way of trying to curry favor with her. Okay, I understand.
それではお引き取りください。
Either of them let their guard down, probably because they're suspicious of my background. No, there's nothing more I can do here. All I can do is nod in agreement and leave Senator's compound. Doji's waiting for me at the bottom of the stone stairway as I arrive back without any substantial results.
もう戻ってきたのか。
There she stands, giving me that scrutinizing look once again.
何かつかめたか？
Not a single word of gratitude. Damn, she's cold. There, I got turned away. They said entry's prohibited except to members.
そうらしいな。私の部下はそこで暴れて叩き出された。
Whoa there, Toji. If I'd slipped up, then wouldn't the same thing have happened to me too?
結局何も成果はなかったということだな。シュウゴなら何か起点を聞かせてくれると期待してたが。
No, I didn't come back empty-handed. I actually have a meeting scheduled with their leader.
おう。
They said that they'll contact me whenever she has an opening in her schedule. Toji places a finger to her lips and ponders things.
いずれにしても現在のところ今日の手がかりはこの教団しかない。私の方は信者たちの身元を探ってみよう。何かつかめるかもしれない。お前は？
I know, I'll continue playing the part of aspiring cultist and infiltrate the organization. Toji nods, a gravely serious look on her face.
そうだ。シュウゴ、よろしく頼む。
I've got you, Queen, don't even worry about it. Jeez, she's one hell of a slave driver. It's worth it, though. It's quite late when I get back to the Ikshiro. There are a lot of rooms without lights on. Looks like we've been getting less customer traffic ever since those murders. I greet one of the staff at the entrance, then head back up to my room. Well then. Time I started trying to put together all the puzzle pieces that I have laid aside. One of them deals with Yoda's accident 10 years ago, topic Kazuchi Keiichiro doesn't want to broach. That was an accident related to her disappearance. Something just doesn't sit right with me about this. Perhaps it's a good point to start approaching the mystery.
旦那、失礼しますよ。
The madam greets me as she knocks on the screen door. Looks like she's finally made time to sit down and have a talk with me after tidying up all the affairs concerning the Ikshiro. Ah, madam. Sorry to make you come all the way up here. I'll slide the screen door open and welcome her into my room.
何やら急ぎの用事って聞きましたが。
Yeah, there's something I'd like you to investigate for me.
へえ、久しぶりですね。旦那から依頼されるなんて。
Yeah. Madame Majaka is not only the manager of the Ikshiro, but an information broker as well. She gets information from a large circle of acquaintances, as well as from people she does business with. It's then sold at high prices for people who seek it. A guy like me doesn't possess the exorbitant sum she demands. Naturally, I have to pay her in something other than money.
それじゃ旦
Do I
那、
schlang dong?
お礼はいつも通りいただいて構いませんね。
The depressed look she's been wearing for the last few days has completely vanished. Guess I'm gonna back up the Ikshio for business again. It must have lifted her spirits. Alright, that works. Toss her ambiguous reply.
おやおや、これは楽しみですね。
She shoots me a seductive look. Oh, hell yeah, we're paying in schmack. Let's go. All I can do is scratch my head and force out an awkward laugh in return. Man, if that were the case, I'd be asking for information left and right. I mean, what?
依頼っていうのは、
Let's see. Explain to her the details of my job from the Kosuke family. Brought up several times in conversation, but this is the first time I've explained the entire situation to her. Madame Mijaki listens to me explain with a grim look on her face. And thus,
なるほど。
she nods in understanding after I've finished speaking.
その事故ってやつを調べればいいんですね。
Yeah, please. I could easily get my hands on newspaper articles from that time if I wanted to, so...
ええ、分かっていますよ。旦那が欲しいのはそういう情報じゃない。そこに住んでいた人たちの間で流れた噂、風聞、そういった類のものがお望みでしょう？
Yeah, exactly. Glad the madam is quick on the uptake. Kosuke Keiichiro is excessively concerned with how society views him. He wouldn't want people knowing that something scandalous happened 10 years ago. And well, perhaps something did happen.
まあ10年前といえば戦争を挟んじまっていますからね。あまり期待されても困りますよ。
I'm well aware that when she smiles like that, it's just modesty on her part. Not at all. Anything helps. For now, my work is done. However... Madame Mijaki settles herself down with a pipe in hand, looking like she's not about to budge. Wait, what's going on? Oh, does she want payment up front? Sorry, no business until, she's been paid. It's getting rather late, madam.
ええ、静かですね。いつの間にかこんな時間ですよ。
I'm sure you must be tired from a long day of work.
そんな旦那、疲れたなんて言ってられませんよ。
Madam, are you possibly... Did make that promise with her half in jest. It's gotta be what she's thinking of, my end of the bargain for getting information from her.
ええ、そうですね。
My overreaction causes the madam to giggle happily. She stands up and sidles over to me.
すっかりご無沙汰なんで、私はてっきり旦那に嫌われたんだとばかり。
Sir, if all you have to do to get information is slang dong to a hot woman like this, and you haven't been doing it, like, what is wrong with you, my man? I mean, also, I understand going to Toji, though, because Toji's the big homie, and also, Toji does it a bit more for me than Madame Mijaku does, but I can't deny, like, shit, if Toji's not turning anything up, I'd be like, hey, yo, Madame Mijaku, I got some dong to slang, can you help me out here? I feel her sweet voice whispering into my ear. That's not true. Even though I know she's hitting on me, I've been completely trapped.
まあ、これ以上は野暮ですね。
I can smell the scent of a mature woman mixed in with her makeup. Ah, hell yeah.
それじゃ旦那、仕事の報酬、先にいた
Fuck,
だきますよ。
I will pay in full plus interest if you wish. Let's go.
旦那、
Alrighty.
すごい気持ちよかったですよ。
Yeah, no, like I said, if I were in Shugo's position, I would be requesting a lot more information from the madam. Well, I mean, granted, you want to do it too often, right? Because then you really got to switch things up, right? You can't be slanging the same dick day after day. But also, hadn't he said it been like a hot minute since, he had requested some information from her? To the point where she was like, I thought you hated me. And it's like... I think you probably gotta go to her for some information a bit sooner. I'm just saying. That's just my personal interpretation of the situation. Finally, day off with great weather. The sun peeks out from behind the clouds. Despite the cold winter breeze brushing against my cheeks, today's a beautiful day. Even though it's only February, the sun's warm rays shining down on the road make me squint. The plaza in front of the station is packed with families and tourists. This is where we're supposed to meet up. Since Hatsune doesn't get out of the Ikishiro very often, she gapes at the crowd, amazed. So Hatsune. She lets out a yelp of surprise after I call her name. Nah, don't worry about it. After Hatsune apologizes, I ask her about something I've been pondering since yesterday. So what was it that you wanted? Hey, you told me yesterday that there was something you wanted, right? I don't know where to take us until she fills me in. So where should we go? Hatsune ponders it over for a few moments. Huh? Aha, I see. That's just fine with me, Hatsune. Books are cheap anyhow. I'm impressed that you're so fired up about studying. I should follow your example since I'm older than you after all. Huh? Flustered and blushing madly, Hatsune shakes her head around. Take Hatsune to my favorite bookstore. Go ahead and pick out something you like, Hatsune. I'll be here browsing the new book section. Hatsune looks overwhelmed by the sheer amount of books lined up on the shelves. After bobbing her head in agreement, she wanders off into the store. She's captivated by the colorful covers of books on the display shelves. After making a round of the bookstore, I find Hatsune and call out to her. Have we decided on something, Hatsune? She hesitates and looks down at the books on display. Let's see. Look over to find her staring at a pile of picture books with muted illustrations. These are kinda aimed towards children. Are you sure about this? Suppose it'll serve since Hatsune just started learning her letters. She cracks an embarrassed smile. On the cover is a picture of a family of rabbits, happily gathered together at the dinner table. Huh, okay. Shall I buy this one then? We exit the store after I pay for the book, and Hatsune suddenly turns to me and says, Clutching the paper bag with great care, Hatsune bows deeply. Come on, no need to exaggerate. Can't help but flash Hatsune a wry grin after seeing her like that. That aside, Hatsune, do you still have free time? She tilts her head in confusion. Let's go see a play then. Oh, if that's the case, then do you mind coming with me? You get to watch something interesting. It's almost as though I've stepped into another world. Everybody here is decked out in gorgeous looking clothes. This is amazing. My tone is subdued as I'm somewhat overwhelmed by the whole experience. Hatsune should be accustomed to luxurious places, seeing as she lives in the Ikishiro. There's just something different about this theater. She's standing there next to me with her jaw hanging open in amazement. Yeah, I know, right? I give her a solemn nod and understand how she feels. Can't believe it either. It's amazing that blockhead Kazuna is going to be standing up there playing a lead role. Yes. You were thinking the same thing yourself. No need to exaggerate, Hatsune. Okay, so she's pretty on the outside, but her personality leaves something to be desired. I have no choice but to shut my trap at this point. Looks like men and women just have different ways of judging each other. While we're killing time chatting in the corner of the lobby, a chime sounds. Oh, prompt Hatsune to get up. Looks like they're getting started. Follow the usher's directions and head for our seats.
ああ、ロミオ様、ロミオ様、なぜロミオ様でいらっしゃいますの？あなたのお父様をお父様でないと言い、あなたの家名をお捨てになって？それとも、それがお嫌なら、せめて私を愛すると制限していただきたいの。さすれば、私も今を限りキャピュレットの名を捨ててみせますわ。
Kazuna's voice echoes throughout the silent darkness. Her crisp voice feels like as though it's passing directly through my eardrums and striking a chord within my heart. Wow. It's actually quite a stirring performance. Never imagined that fool Kazuna could pull off something like this. I'm unable to pull my eyes away from her. Her very expression exudes confidence. Kazuna's got an incredibly powerful stage presence. Hatsune is also looking up at the stage, utterly spellbound. Kazuna's amazing. The words of admiration slip unbidden to my lips. Yeah, I admit it. I really underestimated how phenomenal of an actress she is. And there's a torrent of thunderous applause and raucous cheers as the curtain falls. The production is a smashing success.
皆さん、どうもありがとうございました。
Kazuna stammers out words of thanks and bows again and again after reappearing for a curtain call. She stands there with her eyes slightly moist after accepting a large bouquet of flowers. Kazuna's turned back into the normal girl I'm familiar with. She shed the majestic aura that surrounded her while she was acting. Though I have to say, it looks like her boundless enthusiasm hasn't deserted her. When we get into the lobby, I see a lot of the audience members chatting animatedly about the production. We both take a seat on the sofa in the corner of the lobby. How was your first play, Hatsune? Was it fun?
はい、とても感激しました。なんだか舞台の上に別の世界が広がっているようで、カズナさんもすごく立派で、やっぱり本物の女優さんなんだなって。
Yeah, you're right about that. Pains me a bit to do so, but I have to admit it. Kazuna's performance today was really spectacular. Anyway, I'm glad you liked it. Guess it was worth it to bring you along.
はい。
However, Hatsune's reply seems listless. She's deep in thought, her eyes downcast. Hatsune? Inside I address her.
あれれ、お二人とも来てくださったんですか？
Hey, hear happy-go-lucky voice from somewhere among the well-dressed patrons. What? I go up to find Kazuna pushing her way through the crowd to get to us.
シュウゴさんもハツネちゃんもわざわざお忙しいところすみません。私精一杯頑張ったんですけど、ご満足いただけたでしょうか？
Whoa there, Kazuna. Bring it down a notch. The lead actress is blabbering on and on excitedly, probably still on cloud 9 from just having finished the play.
すみません。でもなんというか、知り合いの方に舞台を見ていただくのは嬉しいというか恥ずかしいというか、なんとも微妙な。
カズナさん、素敵な舞台でしたよ。
Hatsune cuts in while Kazuna's still talking. Hatsune's right. You're better than I expected.
本当ですか？なんと言いますか、私もプロの端くれなんだから褒められていちいち喜ぶのも違うと思うんですけど、やっぱり嬉しいです。
That's fine and dandy, but Kazuna.
はい。
Is it alright for the lead actress to be loafing around here with us? Look around to see people with expressions of wonderment on their faces, staring at us while we have a friendly chat with Kazuna.
そういえば私、挨拶回りの途中でした。
Yeah, I figured.
お二人ともすみません。私はここで失礼しますので。
Righto. Kazuna waves at us and plunges back into the crowd. Alright then. But the truth is, there were a lot of crude lines. Do you know what the expression a white fish means?
いえ、全く。
I don't either. Yeah, that's what I figured. Guess if you don't know what they look like, you won't be able to make the connection.
あ
Hatsune cocks her head at me, clearly confused. My point is, it was a pretty good play they put on. Kazuna really put a lot of effort into it too.
はい、とっても素敵でした。でも、
Hatsune suddenly grinds to a halt. Huh? Her tone carries a hint of frustration in it. Makes me a tad suspicious, so I turn around.
初音、あのお芝居は 嫌い
Why?
です
Because everyone dies? Eh? Well, those are pretty strong words. That's what you'd normally hear from Hatsune. She looks down at the ground. She says,
勝手すぎると思います
Yeah,
自分たちの思い通りにならないからって人を騙そうとしたり自分勝手に死んでしまったり
Hatsune, that's just the way the story goes.
でも世の中の人は誰だって我
Not
慢しながら生きてい
necessarily.
るのに
Not necessarily. I'm glad you believe in people like that, but, no. Not everyone learns to deal with their problems.
嫌なことがあってもずっと我慢して生きていかなくちゃいけないのに
That's beautiful, Hatsune. I'm happy you think that. Very happy you think that. Not everyone thinks that. This is when I finally noticed there's something odd about Hatsune. Hatsune, what's wrong? Did something happen?
え
You've been acting a bit strange lately, you know? It's the first time you've ever invited me to hang out with you. As a matter of fact, Hatsune's cheerfulness today seems to be feigned somewhat.
いえそんなことは
You hiding something from me? Her shoulders jerk in surprise at my question. Hatsune wears a tormented expression on her face as the awkward silence drags on.
隠すようなつもりはなかったんです
Right.
どうし
I
ても
nod
言
and
い
prompt
出
her
せ
to
な
go
く
on.
て来週からお座敷に上がるんです
Oh, I see. I was half expecting her to say something like that. The time has finally come, huh? Life's been planned out for her from the very beginning. When she reaches the designated age, Hatsune will start working in the store as a prostitute, as a commodity to be sold to men for sex.
はい初音は遊女になります
Hatsune's voice is a flat monotone. But that's rather sudden, isn't it? Madam never mentioned anything about it.
初音がお願いしました修吾様には初音が自分の口からお伝えしたかったから
I see. And that's why you invited me out to go shopping today, so that you could tell me.
いいえ
She shakes her head from side to side in rebuttal.
一つだけ修吾様に
Her voice is a quiet whisper as she raises up her head to look at me. Her eyes are wet with tears. Hatsune clings to me and whispers, "Don't say it.
修吾様
Could you
どう
please?"
か初音の初めて
I knew that's where it was
会っ
going.
てくださいませんか
Yep. Whoa there, Hatsune. Let's not joke around here. Hatsune's earnest shout cuts me off as I attempt to pass it off as a joke.
初音は本気ですからお店に出るのは怖くありません昔から全部決まっていたことだからもう覚悟はできているんです
So something tells me the story's gonna progress quite quickly here in the next in-game week then. Because from what we're told in Kara no Shoujo, which is where Hatsune makes her next appearance, she mentions that she worked at the Yukishiro. That she worked at a brothel. But when Reiji gets all like, "Oh, really?" She gets like, "Oh, no, but I never did anything untoward like that. I never worked as a prostitute or anything." So I'm imagining something happens before Hatsune's debut, that or Shugo could potentially talk her out of it. Because based on the, canon sequel to this story, at least what she tells us is that she didn't. For all we know, it's possible that she did, and she just was like, "Oh, but I never did anything like that, guys. Hey, don't look at me like that. I'm a cute little normal person." Hatsune. As she sobs and shouts, her voice gradually dwindles to a subdued whisper.
だけど初めての人だけは初音のことを売り物じゃなくて
I get it. I do. But I don't want to do it if it's going to be the wrong decision. I get it. She doesn't want, her first time to be just She wants to know what it feels like to, you know, actually lovingly have that moment instead of just it being a business transaction, right? Like, I get it. I get it, I do. And Hatsune's the little homie. I love her, I do. And here's the thing, all right? If there weren't a sequel to this game that I had already played, or I guess technically a spin-off, I don't know, but at least another entry in this series where Hatsune appears and has said that she has never done anything, that she never actually worked as a prostitute, if that didn't exist, then I probably would do this no question, right? I'd probably be like, you know what, homie? For you, all right, I'll do it for the little homie. Do it for the little homie. I'd consider it. I'd be allowed, but now I'm like, I don't want to though. I don't want to. Because like even in Kara no Shoujo, she looks at Shugo as someone she admires, right? But like there's no implications that they had ever really been an item. That anything had happened between them.
ただの女として
Oh.
抱いてほしいから
It looks like she's been keeping these feelings bottled up inside for a long time. I get it. I get it. I'm so conflicted. Because I don't know for sure what direction the story's gonna go, right? Maybe I've already locked myself into a bad ending, which I'm sure I have. Maybe I'm already locked into that. And, you know, Hatsune's debut is gonna happen no matter what, because I'm locked into a bad ending, right? Only in the true ending does Hatsune get out of this. And I suppose that's something to consider. Like, I already know I'm gonna have to run this back eventually, because I have to get a normal ending and then a true ending. So even if by some miracle I manage to get a normal ending on my first run, I still have to run it back for the true ending. So like, no matter what, I will have to run this back. God, Hatsune looks up at me expectantly, biting her lip. Crying. I hesitate, thinking things over and over, till finally I take that decisive first step forward. Hatsune. I can feel how slender her shoulders are as I wrap my arms around her. Hatsune's always been so tiny and so alone, bearing this heavy burden of hers. My own cluelessness is aggravating. I'm angry for not noticing how she felt. I have no idea what our actions will lead to. Basically using Yukishiro property without permission. No matter how good of a friend I am with the madam, this is not something that she'll let me get away with. I have no idea what kind of punishment lies in wait for not only me, but Hatsune as well. That's not something I can dwell on at the moment. Things will be different from this moment on. I've already crossed the point of no return. Are you sure I'm the guy you want? Oh, is it gonna happen without my choice? I whisper into her ear.
はい修吾様でなければ嫌です
And then, oh boy. After returning to the Ikshiro, we try to avoid being seen by the rest of the girls while heading back to my room. Oh wow, so you're not even gonna take the Rin approach to this, where you're like, alright, let's just bone out in the park. There's no one around here, then we'll just head back like nothing happened. Like, there's gonna be punishment from the madam for doing this. It's like, well, she didn't punish you for, you know, blowing out Rin's back, but like, do you think she's gonna get, well, I mean, Hatsune is a different story. Yeah, I don't know. Alrighty. And
修吾様
we clean up a bit with a towel, and Hatsune whispers to me with moist eyes. Hatsune. My breath catches for a second at her beauty. There's a shockingly mature feminine charm in Hatsune's eyes as she stares at me. Hatsune. Enchanted by those eyes, I embrace Hatsune's slight shoulders. Sensing what I'm about to do, Hatsune slowly closes her eyes. I feel Hatsune's hot breath coming out of her lips when I press mine to hers. When I lightly extend my tongue, Hatsune responds in kind. I enjoy Hatsune's sweetness for a while, then slowly remove my lips from hers.
修吾様
Hatsune softly presses her body onto my chest. She's completely relaxed with a peaceful smile on her face. Hatsune. My heart is filled with affection for her. That's why I voice my feelings. Will you be mine? For a second, I cursed myself. Hatsune had already prepared herself for what was about to happen, so my words might only bring her pain. But I don't want to give Hatsune to any other man. I can't give a sweet girl like her to someone else. Those are my honest feelings. I'll take you. I'll pay the madam to allow you to leave. Then we can live together.
修吾様
Hatsune's eyes shine with delight for a moment. But then,
それはそれだけはダメです
what? Why? You don't really want to work here, do you, Hatsune? It's fine, just leave it to me.
初音は
Hatsune's determined voice interrupts my desperate pleas.
ウジャク様に返しきれないほどの恩があるんです
Huh?
戦争で孤児になった初音を引き取ってご自分も満足に食べられないのに
Aw.
つまらない風邪をこじらせた初音のために寝ないでずっと看病してくれたことだって
Oof. I mean, she's gonna be pretty pissed about the situation tonight, huh? But
あんな誰もが貧しくて騙し合ってウジャク様は初音を本当に大事にしてくれました
can't say anything else. All my words disappear when I see Hatsune's tears.
だからお気持ちは嬉しいですそのお言葉だけで十分ですそれだけで初音は明日から頑張って生きていけますから
Hatsune. Hatsune corrects her posture, bows politely, and leaves my room. Left by myself, I lie on my futon and lose myself in my thoughts. My thoughts go around in circles over and over again. Eventually, I arrive at my conclusion. Yeah, that's it. I whisper up at the ceiling. Can't choose anything other than this. No matter what happens because of it. Hatsune. Everything's riding on tomorrow. What's happening tomorrow? Oh, I'm sorry. Did you have some kind of discussion without me? Everything's riding on tomorrow. What's going down tomorrow? Following afternoon. It's a rare windless day. I hastily make my way over to our designated meeting spot. Damn it. I click my tongue in dismay after glancing at my pocket watch. I'm late. When I arrive at the Benten
こ
Shrine,
っちですよ旦那
Madame Majaka calls out to me from within. I apologize for making you wait for me, madam.
なーに気にしないでくださいな私は私で先にやらせてもらってますから
She holds up a cup. Enjoying the view of the drink is rather elegant, I suppose.
そんな洒落たもんじゃありません単なる退屈しのぎですよ
After cracking an embarrassed grin, Madame Majaka drains the contents of the cup in a single gulp. Hell yeah. She then turns to face me with her countenance dead serious.
でその一体何ですか店では話せないほどの大事な要件っていうのは
Right. Give her the tiniest of nods. Preparing myself for this. Oh my god. I've been preparing myself for this ever since the moment I held Hatsune in my arms. Are we actually... Oh, you actually gonna go through with it. Oh, you actually gonna go through with it, huh? Even though she said no, even though she says she wants to repay her debt to Ajaka, you still gonna be like, hey, I want her though. Shugo, my boy, I don't think that's the right move. Me personally, I don't think that's the right way to go about it. I want you to let me take custody of Hatsune. I was gonna say, wow, that music dropped at like the perfect point. It just totally cut out that. I'm like, oh, okay. Okay.
ほほ
Ho ho. The madam narrows her eyes, surprised.
詳しい話聞きたいですね。
Oh god. Right. The truth is, I then proceeded to explain every little detail of what took place last night. I spilled my guts to the madam and tried to be as honest as possible. Because up until now, the madam has been Hatsune's mother. Half-asking this is out of the question.
なるほどね。あの子を身請けしたいと旦那はそうおっしゃるんですね。
The madam's brows knit together. Yeah, at some point the surprise wore off and Nijaka changed back into the cool-headed proprietress of the Yukishiro. Yeah, I do. I know it sounds ridiculous, but
それはあの子の望みですか？
she cuts me off with a pointed question. There it is. No, it's not. Hatsune kept insisting that she had to make her debut as a prostitute. She said that she has a debt to you.
あの子。
Madam murmurs in surprise. I'm doing this of my own free will. I want to be able to be with Hatsune and support her as long as she needs me to. It's what I want. But homie, you can't even support yourself. Like, hold up.
なんとまあ旦那も思い詰めたものですね。思春期の小僧じゃあるまいし。
Yeah, but it's like, I want to support her, but like, brother, you've already admitted you can't always come up with the rent to fucking stay at the goddamn Yukishiro. Where are you gonna live? How are you gonna take care of her? Your work hardly pays you as is. And it's definitely not like a steady source of income. You're a freelance investigator. You're not like with the PD anymore. What you gonna do for her? What's she gonna do for you? Okay, she's not like you buy her off of Jaka and she's not gonna be a prostitute anymore. Where's she gonna work? Now, obviously, we know there's a little cafe, over in the west that, might give her some work here or there. But, I'll prepare the money to pay off her debt. Obviously, I can't get it all right this moment. So you just want to take her debt. And ever since the olden days, it's been pretty much a given that buying off a prostitute's debt would take an absorbent amount of money. The madam has invested a lot of cash in Hatsune to train her in the proper etiquette of being an entertainer. It was all supposed to lead into Hatsune's big debut as a prostitute for the Yukishiro. That's why Madam Mijaka won't accede to my request easily. Or so I think. Please, madam. Get down on my knees in the snow and bow my head deeply.
あらあら。
Please let me take charge of Hatsune. And after I do that...
何旦那。お金なんていりませんよ。引き取るなり嫁にするなり好きなようにしてくださって構いませんよ。
She replies so quickly that it's practically anticlimactic. Eh?
あらあら、旦那。嫌ですよ。人を金の亡者みたいに。
Madam sighs as I raise my head in confusion.
みんな何か勘違いしているんですかね。私は一度もあの子にお店に出ろだなんて言ったことはありませんよ。
But then why would Hatsune...
あの子も旦那と同じで頭が固いから。私への恩なんて気にしなければいいのに。
Madam Mijaka grins merrily. Looks like the situation's taken a turn for the unexpected.
別に親の借金の方に売られてきたとか言うのでもないし、だいたい今時そんな話は流行りませんしね。
Right.
ずっと前からあの子には伝えてあったんですけどね。先のことは自由にしていい、無理をすることはないって。何しろ強情な子だし、それに行く場所がないとか思っていたのかもしれませんね。お店の中にしか自分の居場所がないとか。
Madam may very well be right. Hatsune has no relatives, her health isn't the best, and she rarely ever ventures outside the establishment to have fun. She probably can't see herself surviving outside of the Yukishiro.
かといってあの子が店で働きたいというのを止める気もなかったんですよ。あの子ぐらいの器量があればすぐに店の看板になってくれますからね。
She flashes me a wry smile.
まあ誰かさんのおかげでそれも不意になってしまいましたが。
Madam, that means... I collapse onto my knees. She's really going to approve of us being together? However,
そうですね。身請金の代わりに一つだけ条件を出させてもらいましょうか。
a condition, you say?
ええ、とりあえず雪城の部屋からは出て行ってもらいます。
What? That's rather sudden, madam. I have nowhere else to go.
おやおや、旦那。いつまでも甘ったれたことを言われちゃ困りますね。あの子を引き取るっていうのはそういうことでしょ？
Yep.
もう旦那には責任があるんだから。
Responsibilities? I haven't heard that word in several years. I must admit, it's rather shocking.
当然ですよ。今までのように独り者ならまだしも、初音の面倒も見なけりゃいけない。しっかりしているように見えて、あの子もまだまだ幼いところがありますから。
Right.
それから、あの探偵の真似事からも足を洗ってもらわなけりゃ困りますね。
Oh. But that means my source of income's gonna dry up. Still haven't solved Kosuke Yoda's case. Shit's the jock is just like, get a real job, you bum.
バカ言っちゃいけませんよ。収入なんて今だってないようなもん
My
でしょ。
income's gonna dry up. Bitch, you ain't got income in the first place. Get his ass, Ajaka.
私が今月、旦那にいくら金を貸したと思っているんですか？
Well, I don't have any grounds to object there.
私は何も旦那が憎くて言ってるわけじゃないんですよ。
Her voice takes on a gentler tone. I'm sure she feels sorry seeing me with my shoulders slumped over in abject misery.
あの仕事は危険すぎますから。この前のようなこともまたいつ起こるかわからない。
She points the wound on my shoulder.
万が一にでも、あの子に悲しい思いをさせたくないですからね。
The madam murmurs that in a serious tone.
私らじゃどうしたって本物の家族にはなれませんからね。旦那には頑張ってほしいんですよ。私らができなかったことを。
Madam.
気丈な子だからずっと泣き言の一つも言わなかったけど、やっぱり寂しかったと思いますからね。
I recall Hatsune had acted the bookstore yesterday.
今日は本当にありがとうございます。このご本きっと大切にしますから。
On the cover was a picture of a family of rabbits happily gathered together at the dinner table.
何も今すぐにそうしろって言ってるわけじゃないんですよ。私はただ旦那にそれくらいの覚悟を持ってほしかっただけで。
No, you're absolutely right, madam. I've been totally naive. Ever since I decided I'd look after Hatsune, I should have known I'd have to prepare myself in that way.
まあ、私が何を言ったところで、結局はあの子の気持ち次第なんですけどね。
Yeah, you're right.
え？
She looks at me perplexed, then asks me hesitantly.
旦那、まだあの子は納得していないんですか？旦那に身請けされることを。
Well, she's kind of stubborn after all.
ああ、呆れましたね。それなら旦那、私とこんな話をしてる場合じゃないでしょうが。
But you see, I thought it'd make sense to run it by you first.
何を古臭いこと言ってるんですか。まったく、あんたたち二人は本当にお似合いですよ。野暮なところなんてそっくりだ。
Huh?
旦那、私の方はもういいですから、早くあの子を口説いてきなさい。
The madam roars out a hearty laugh and slaps me on the back. Madam, encouraged by her words, I take a step forward. Even though the bizarre serial murder case has been closed, there's still something about it that bothers me. My search for Kosuke Yura has practically begun. However, there's no doubt that I need to abandon that line of work. After all, I found something more important to me. I want to protect those tiny heroic shoulders of Hatsune's forever and ever. Sorry, madam. I owe you one.
ここまで世話を焼かせたんだ。袖にされたら承知しませんよ。
Madam Ajaku's cheerful voice rings in my ears as I run off towards the Yukishiro. Did I really lock myself into an ending where he just runs away with Hatsune and just leaves the case unfinished? Sorry, Kazna. Sorry, Toji. Fuck y'all. I'm going this way. Like, nah, I'm gonna do my own thing. I can't. There's no way that's what we're heading towards, right? Ha! There's no way that's what we're heading towards. Credits roll. You know what? I knew I would fumble this one, right? I kind of figured I wouldn't get the correct normal ending. Actually, does this count as a normal ending? Because I know in Kara no Shoujo, like, what made a normal ending was the fact that the credits rolled. Cartagra guide. I'm curious. The only good end routes are thus Hatsune and Kazuna. Kazuna's route has two different endings, a normal and a true one. The true one can only be unlocked after having obtained the normal one. Okay. So I managed to get the one other good ending. If I would have gone for anyone else other than Hatsune or Kazuna, it would have wound up being a bad ending. Like a bad ending. Not just like the wrong ending, but... So I have to go down Kazuna's normal ending, and then I double back and do Kazuna's true ending. Gotcha. Otherwise, there's a route for those twins, which is weird. It even says here, Koyukin Seri and Kaori? Who the fuck's Kaori? Who the fuck is Kaori? It's telling me that's one of the names for the people. It's Kaori. Oh shit, I've not been paying attention. When I opened a browser, when I opened my browser window, it minimized the game. I didn't realize the credits in it. I noticed the music had stopped. I'm like, wait, is the game okay? A few days after my conversation with the madam, I left the Yukishiro with Hatsune and we moved into a cheap boarding house in Zushigaya. Took the opportunity to completely sever my ties with the detective business. Madam Majaka ended up referring me to a job as a teacher. I handed my half-finished search of Kosuke over to Toji. First, Kazuma was disappointed, but after I explained everything to her, she gave us her blessing.
わかりました、修吾さん。でも約束ですよ。絶対初音ちゃんを幸せにしてくださいね。
Come to think of it, that was my last chance. It was my last opportunity to find Yura and tell her what I couldn't say back then. However, I've thrown away all those memories of Yura that were smoldering in my heart. I no longer have any regrets. If they were to impede my new life with Hatsune, well, I already know how I'm going to respond. Thus, I've cast away my lifestyle as a vagabond, and chosen to live together with Hatsune. Hatsune puts her hands together intently. Rin no Ta, who lost their lives in that spree of murders, now rest in this graveyard in Yanaka. Even though I've become estranged from the friends I made during my time at the Yukishiro, I never fail to visit their grave. Well, yeah, because Rin was the one I actually loved, but I guess we accepted Hatsune in the end, or whatever. Every year during the Bon Festival, we go to their grave and pray for their happiness in the afterlife. This has become an important custom for us. And it's like the sun's setting. We should get going soon, Hatsune.
はい。あなた。
Hatsune lifts her face up and flashes me a gentle smile. Exactly how she used to back in those days. Such a long time has passed. I wasn't able to find out what eventually happened in the search for Kosuke Yura. Lost all contact with Toji less than 1 month after I entrusted the case to her. I think it's strange for her to disappear suddenly, since she's involved in a violent line of work. Found solace in telling myself that, but even to this day, Toji still hasn't turned up. Kazuna ended up moving overseas to pursue her acting career, and that's where she stayed. I haven't had any contact with her ever since. Since I don't know much about the world of theater, I have no way of knowing whether Kazuna succeeded or not overseas. Everything starts to change after such a long period of time. I've become estranged from my old friends, hardly even think of them these days. My days are filled with monotony from my teaching job. Despite the boredom, at some point I got used to wearing a new suit, as well as to my new lifestyle. However, there's this feeling of unease slowly burning away inside my heart. As I commute to and from my workplace on the train, as I spend sleepless nights in my futon staring up into the darkness, a single doubt flashes through my brain, a question that has no answer. Did I really make the right choice in giving up the search for Kosuke Yura? No. Did I really choose the right path? No. Motherfucker, I didn't choose this path. If you had given me the choice whether or not to, accept Hatsune's feelings, I was planning on not clicking it, right? I was planning on saying no. I was conflicted for sure. I sat there and thought about it. My intention was I was going to save first, but I was going to hit no, right? And see where that would lead. maybe I would reload and hit yes, see where that would go, but like, had I been given the choice, I was going to click no. I was absolutely going to click no. But as we could see, I wasn't given that choice. So don't say, did you choose the path? Because guess what? There was no choice. I didn't choose. It happened. All right? Don't try to throw this back on me. What, is it because I slept with Rin? Is that why? Because I gave myself over to Rin? Is that so bad?
お父様
Child's voice snaps me out of my reverie. Look up to see a pair of large eyes staring at me curiously. My daughter Sakura is peering into my
お
face.
父様は一緒にご本を読みませんか
There's an old worn-out picture book resting on top of her lap. This book I gave to Hatsune once upon a time.
ダメですよ桜お父様の考え事の邪魔をしては
Hatsune gently chides our daughter.
はいわかりましたはいいい子ですね
She strokes Sakura's hair
お母さ
lovingly.
んが読んであげますから
Right. This is what I wished for. I squashed the burning doubts inside my heart.
昔あるところにと
Her
ても
gentle voice
幸せ
echoes throughout the
で
twilight air.
うさぎの親子がおりました
My decision back then has allowed Hatsune to live a life of happiness. I made the right choice. And that's what I'll believe. Hey, fair enough. Okay, so extra, does that mean I can... Oh, hey, wow, there's titties on this page. I should probably click out of that. But yeah, I can see my CGs now. Cool. I haven't even started editing videos for this playthrough yet, so now that I can be like, oh, hey, I can go to my CG menu and actually take screenshots instead of having to reload. That's nice. But yeah, like I was saying, who the fuck is Kaori? Because I'm looking at this, it's saying like the route guidelines says Koyuki and Seri and Kaori are bad ends rather than routes. So like there's Koyuki and Seri, which were the twins, which is an interesting turn of events. There's who the fuck's Kaori? Is that a misspelling of Kaoru? Like the murder lady? Like the murder lady. The girl who did all the murders. Is that what that's saying? Oh, is that saying if I had fucked up, like, because I'm looking at the choices that leads to it, if I had fucked up Nana's little game, that I would have ended up getting graped by Kaoru, and that's not really a route, that's a bad ending. But thankfully Toji came in and kicked some ass for me. Cool. Cool. So yeah, that's gonna do it for this recording session. In the next one, we will actually pick up Kazuna's route and see that through to the end. Okay, so it goes through till February 20th. That's not bad. And because this story ended on February 17th, I believe, before it led to the epilogue. So it wasn't too far. Well, let's see true end. How long does true end? February 20th. Okay. So I wasn't too far from the end, so I doubt I'll have to redo a lot. That's not bad. So yeah, we'll see Kazuna's normal ends and true ends in the next recording session, but for now, I am going to wrap it up here. So it is either going to be a quick transition or a new video, but regardless, I'll see y'all in the next recording session. Until then, peace.